what exactly did you want to do as a job, like as a reporter?
So when I was in school and studying to be a broadcast journalist, we have to do an internship. I think that's how it goes for basically any major. And my internship was with a Filipino American TV station where I was one of the lead reporters, and I just really enjoyed that job. I've always really felt comfortable in front of TV. I didn't realize what goes behind it until I studied it, because all these reporters, they literally grind. Like, you aren't just reading a teleprompter. It's not that. That's what I thought it was in high school. I thought, oh, I can read fast. This is amazing. No. Oh my God. Like, you have to go find your story. You have to do research. You have to know everything that you are talking about, essentially. Like, you are suddenly the expert the moment the camera goes on. And to be quite honest, the pay is quite terrible, actually, when you're starting out. Like, it takes so much time before you can make your way back to a place like LA or Chicago or New York and be paid at a decent rate. And so had I not been in golf, that's kind of the route that I was looking. And I had a few connections to, I think, ABC7, because my university had connections to that. And then I just knew a lot of people within the Filipino American community in terms of like some type of reporting gig for that. And my hopes, coming out of whether or not I was going to go professional or not, was to hopefully be some type of commentator for Golf Channel. And not that I've actually had that exact opportunity. I've had very close opportunities. I now know what it's like, and I do enjoy it. However, I would never want to limit myself to only that title, because the cool thing about being a golf personality or influencer is that you can legit do whatever you want. And so if I want to do tricks one day because I still can and I'm young, and that one day I'm going to be a grandma and I can't jump on a trampoline and swing at a golf ball, then I won't. But as for right now, I want to show that I can. I want to show that I can still swing and play at a decent level. I want to show that I could dance while I'm young. I want to show how cool it is while I'm young. And I feel like when you're a reporter, you're suddenly held to this this kind of this stature that you must be. And I know how to play that role, but it's not always the most fun. So yeah.
You're kind of like freelance right now, right? You pretty much work for
Independent
yourself.
contractor. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
think that's awesome, because then you're your own boss and you
make your own schedule, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So with all the experience, or with what you graduated with, do you think that has helped you as far as what you do today? I mean, it's got to, right?
Yes, totally. I mean, the things that you learn in broadcast journalism, like, people may not think that you don't need to have a broadcast journalist degree to become an influencer. Anyone can do that kind of stuff. But I think how well-rounded that allowed me to become, and like little speaking techniques and stuff that really resonate with people. And that's just when like you just know when someone has been taught about broadcast journalism. And you can see it in certain influencers who have had that background, because like little techniques such as like, when you learn in broadcast journalism, when you speak, you're actually never supposed to bring your hands outside of your box unless you're describing something large, okay? Mm-hmm. And when you have to be very aware of your hand motions, because it takes away from what you're actually saying. If you're always going like this, people are suddenly looking at your hands, and it's annoying. They're listening to the sound. And a great reporter, it's actually not about the reporter, it's about the person you're interviewing. If you're looking at the reporter, it should either be because they're really good at what they do and they're really pretty at it, or, oh my gosh, why is she talking like that? She totally stuttered. What's wrong with her hair? Like, the attention is not actually on the reporter. That's when you know when they're doing something right. And so that's how I feel like broadcast journalism has absolutely trained me, because I know how to do the fun stuff. I grew up with that kind of lifestyle and whatever, but the broadcast journalism stuff, that takes time and that takes practice. It takes a lot of mirror work and watching the way you speak. And so that has absolutely helped my career.
I guess speaking on that same topic, like, I guess, would you say being in broadcast journalism, has it taught you to have like a TV voice and like a non-TV voice and stuff?
Yeah, I definitely don't have a TV voice 24/7. There are people in the golf world that you'll meet that you're like, oh wow, yeah, you really talk like that like all the time, huh? Like, okay, yeah. my voice definitely changes when it comes to speaking on broadcast. But you learn that in broadcast journalism as well. You learn how to, I can't even think of the word, but you just know when to speak
like the
high
vocals, like
and
the
low.
tones.
Yeah,
The
you learn your
pitches.
tones. Yes, you learn your pitches, and it does take. I don't even know if sometimes that can always be taught because it's like a nuance. Like you just kind of have to have it, and then you culture someone. You know, it's kind of like if someone's a singer, they kind of have like a voice to start. It takes a lot longer for someone who comes from absolute scratch and sounds like a donkey, compared to someone who kind of can sort of harmonize and just needs a little training. You know, so
Of course.
yeah,
Of course.
it all comes with it.
Very cool.
For some, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
For somebody, you know, maybe wanting to be a golf influencer or just like somebody who wants to get into this, would you suggest majoring in broadcast journalism as being a good step towards?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think a good major to go with if you want to become an influencer is broadcast journalism. You can even go into journalism in general. I think learning how to write correlates really well to being an influencer, and as well as marketing. There's a lot of things that I had to learn from a marketing side. I've never understood, you know, like literally marketing. I didn't know it. I had to learn it kind of as I went, and it was a very, you know, social media. I learned as social media went, but having that background, if I had, you know, at least minored in some kind of marketing degree, I feel like that would have really helped me like hone in on my path. So if anyone is, you know, looking to be an influencer, I'd say that, and then beyond that, you know, find your niche, find something that really speaks to you, so that you have to be able to wake up every day and talk about this, whether or not you make it. You know, like you got to love this, and you cannot come into like, I'm going to study to become an influencer and I am going to post every single day and this and that. Like that's to me very draining. You know, like if you're thinking of it from a business perspective off the jump, you will not succeed. You better love what you do.
It's
and
the
then
passion.
if people see that, then even better, you know.
Totally. I agree.